You must listen to her. Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important. You must listen to her. Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important.
IPOB, one family. Biafrans all over the world. If we want safety and security for our people, Then let's continue to support Eastern Security Network. All donations are welcome. No contribution is too small or too large. Do your part, knowing that freedom is in our hands and together we must all rise to the occasion. Go to our website to make your contribution, www.IPOBINUSA.org/donate. And remember that freedom is not free, but together we restore it, farm by farm, forest by forest, house by house, and street by street.
A very pertinent question. Is Nigeria working for you? Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired, knew the solutions to Boko Haram till he finally became president. He asked ex-President Jonathan to resign because of insecurity. He cried empathetically. He promised to end Boko Haram in 3 months. But now, he's telling us he's done his best to arm the military. Why isn't he resigning? Governor Fashola knew the solutions to providing stable power supply till he became Minister of Power, and darkness pervaded the land. After trying hard and giving excuses like he only plays a supervisory role, the ministry was assigned to someone else. Power grid, still they collapse. The NSAS protests were tagged insurrection. In fact, someone said Aisha Yusufu ought to be in jail for instigating violence. Then farmers were beheaded in Borno. Same person asked Aisha Yusufu to lead a protest. Aren't these people supposed to forbid hypocrisy? Is Nigeria working for any Nigerian today? From leaders hoarding food for the poor, receiving kickbacks from government contracts, to farmers needing permission to go to their farms. Is Nigeria working for you? Why is Zamfara's gold for Zamfara and Niger Delta oil for Nigeria? Why is Hisba destroying alcohol, but their state governments receive federal allocation from monies received via taxation, including tax on alcoholic beverages? Why are some federal roads abandoned to bandits and kidnappers? Who is in charge of Nigeria's security? The president is talking tough this time. Most times, he's as shocked by the rest of us by the absence of good governance under him. Regardless of his campaign promises and the manifesto of his political party, Nigeria has rolled back in terms of development. From Naira continually losing its value to our recently launched locomotive trains breaking down in the middle of nowhere. Nigeria has to be working for some people though. The government can do no wrong. To this set of people, their money isn't being stolen, even if the money is being borrowed, leaving debts for their own children to pay in future. Even if the leaders don't use public institutions, from sending their children to Ivy League schools abroad to getting medical treatment abroad, some people who have nothing and we need to donate money for their medical bills if they have a serious ailment, continue to hail the obvious lack of good governance till Nigeria happens to them. Then they get a little pissed. May Nigeria never happen to you. Say amen. We deserve better than the political class who go home with millions monthly to represent people who can't even afford to feed themselves. I am Olajumoke Alaode James. Nigeria is not working for me. Is Nigeria working for you?
Yes, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching from. As you all know, we have been battling with the system, but I think we are good to go. Welcome to this program on Voice of Biafra 97.5 FM. Welcome to the Enter Biafra channel 1 and 2. And we are not going to waste time. We have to start immediately because there is going to be a very hot exposition this evening. Some of you don't know the reason why we must exit Nigeria as soon as possible. I want to tell you today that we are making progress. We are making tremendous progress. And whatever you see in the street, we have actually banished them. The ban of Ebubago is in force. So if you see them anywhere, you don't expect that after the banning, they should just disappear from the street. No. They are not going to disappear without the way we were handling them. So if you see them anywhere, you just exercise patience. You will see them no more very soon. So as we continue the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria and preparing to make sure that we don't allow any Nigeria election in Biafra land come 2023, because we are not sending anybody to contest election for Biafra. We cannot exchange Biafra for Nigeria. We cannot exchange our freedom for Nigeria. We cannot exchange our freedom for anything. So, and I want to make it very clear again before I start the broadcast today that under no circumstances would Simon Ekpa go into discussion with any politician in Nigeria. Never. I can never go into any negotiation. I can never go into any discussion with anybody, not P2B, not anybody. The only discussion I want to have where Nigeria will be involved is during the referendum. The discussion is on the ballot box. On the ballot box. And if that discussion is not possible, then we are going to have discussion by the time we have redeclared Biafra in 2023. Because by then, we are going to be open for those who want to talk to us, those who want to speak to us. And we want to send a message to the Nigeria government. There is nothing in this life that will stop this Biafra from being redeclared in 2023. I am telling you the fact. Go and mark it. Nothing will stop Biafra
from redeclaring their independence in 2023. No amount of helicopter you will hover over the Biafra air, no amount of armored tanks, no amount of killings, no amount of attack, no amount of intimidation that will make us not to redeclare Biafra in 2023. And let me tell you, after the declaration of Biafra, after we must have redeclared Biafra by 2023, we will know those nations who are ready to do business with Biafra and those who are not ready to do business with Biafra. As simple as that. There is no measure they are going to put in place to stop Biafra from breaking away from Nigeria next year. So it is not a secret. It is not a secret. This is not a criminal organization. We are going to redeclare Biafra by 2023. Immediately after we have stopped the election from happening in Biafra land, which we are going to do everything. The next thing is the redeclaration of Biafra independence. And then we are going to hold it head on. Head on with them. By then, they will know that it is no longer business as usual. By then, they are going to know that we are not in 1967. Neither are we in 1970. I want you to mark my words today that the exposition I'm going to do today will open your brain to the reason why anybody that is talking about Nigeria again is just a non-entity. Somebody that maybe a brain-dead people. So leave all these lily-livered people who were shouting for Biafra for a few years, and when they see that somebody is here after they sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they thought it was over. And today they are under pressure, under heavy pressure from those they collected money from to destroy the legacy, to destroy Biafra's struggle. Under heavy pressure. We have called for no election in Biafra. They say we are working for Nigeria government. We have called for every military to leave Biafra land. They say we are working for Nigeria government. They say they want Simon Ekpa to return to Nigeria. I don't know who does that. They say I am working for Nigeria government and they want me to return to the government that I'm working for. These are criminals who have sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the worst is that we have chased them away, expelled them from the movement. But the Nigeria Fulani government that paid them money will not allow them to rest. So they are going to be putting this pressure. And one thing is that the pressure is not going to move us. So what we are going to be doing is that we'll be distracting them with child play. We are going to be supplying them with information so that they will continue to wander in their ignorance, while we will always come in the evening like this and focus on making sure we expose Nigeria and decimate Nigeria until the last day of Nigeria and until the day Biafra will be declared. I want to say it again. I know the day Biafra will come. I know the date, and I know the day Biafra will come. I am saying it again and again, that Simon Ekpa, I know the date Biafra will come. Mark my word, it is going to come and it will be a shock to you. Those Thomases, it will be a shock to you and a shock to the world. It may not be a shock to the world because some of them know what we are going to do. Some of them know that they have come to realize that we actually know our right, and that's exactly what we are doing. But I have come this evening to tell you what is going on that you don't know. Yesterday, I played, the audio and the video I have been playing for a very long time. Because when things are happening, we will come to begin to connect the dots. So I want to begin by playing this video so that you know where our exposition today is coming from.
The federal government, led by the Minister of Interior Abdulrahman Dambazel, met with the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in Kebbi State.
The federal government met with the Fulani terrorists in Kebbi State. The federal government was represented by Dambazel, General Dambazel, Damburuba. I want you to listen.
sum of 100 billion naira over 2 years to stop the kidnapping in the country. The meeting
General Dambazu, acting on behalf of the Nigeria government, offered the terrorists 100 billion naira. General Dambazu, who was then the interior minister, offered them 100 billion naira to stop killing for 2 years. So it is like 2 years contract. It is like 2 years contract. They offered them 2-year contract to stop the killing of Nigerians. But the question you should ask yourself, those killing Nigerians, were they actually killing Nigerians because they want money? The answer is no. The question again you should ask is, will giving them money stop the agenda of conquering your land and Islamizing you? The answer is no. Another third question is, will they collect money to trade their religious and jihadist war? The answer is no. Another fourth question is, will 100 billion naira paid to terrorists to stop killing for 2 years? What happened then after 2 years? What happened after 2 years is what you are seeing today. They have used those money to arm themselves, and today they are more sophisticated than the Nigeria government themselves. That is exactly what is happening. So there is no rationale behind what you just heard, that the Nigeria government offered to pay, and they paid 100 billion to terrorists. Now, when they offered this amount, the terrorists rejected it. They say they must pay them 160 billion. Now, this 160 billion, what it means is that the terrorists are with the government. The government knows who the terrorists are. The terrorists know who the government are. And for them to accept that give us money and we'll stop killing for 2 years means that you no longer have to look for who is killing you. You no longer need to look for who are the terrorists. You no longer need to look for who are the AK-47 carrying Fulani herdsmen, because they are negotiating with them, and they said, give us 150 billion and we will stop killing. I want you to understand that. They identify them. They agree that give us money, we are going to stop killing. And this particular issue, nobody from international community have addressed it. Nobody have intervened. Nobody have sanctioned Nigeria, that Nigeria are openly offering 100 billion to terrorists, and no international community have offered for any help to intervene and sanction Nigeria. Nobody. It is on record. Whether they come to deny it is a story for another day. But I'm telling you now that not United Nations, not America, not European Union, not Russia, not Asia, not China, not nobody have cautioned Nigeria that why did you offer a whooping 100 billion to terrorists to stop killing for 2 years? So does it mean that Nigeria lifespan is 2 years? What then happened after the 2 years have elapsed? And of course, I don't need to be asking, because this happened over 4 years ago or 3 years ago. Today, the result of 100 billion naira is we are seeing it. I want you to take your calculator and convert 100 billion naira to dollar, so that you know how much we are talking about. You understand me? Now, let us continue.
over 2 years to stop the kidnapping in the country. The meeting lasted over 4 hours on Friday as negotiations dragged on, with the association initially asking for 160 billion naira. The minister said that the strategy was part of the steps needed to tackle insecurity in the country as prescribed by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The headsman
The minister said that paying money to these terrorists was prescribed by the ECOWAS, Economic of West African States. or Economic Community of West African States, whatever the hell their names is. So they prescribe that this government should pay money to terrorists to stop killing for 2 years. And that is why we are here today. To tell you the things you don't know about the ECOWAS. You understand me? Now, I want you to understand that we have told you many times about the Abuja Declaration of 1989. Abuja Declaration of 1989. It involved taking over African countries and converting them to Islamic State. It, they passed a resolution that every strategic position must be given to Muslims in those countries. So first of all, I want you to let us go briefly to the Abuja Declaration, and then Abuja Declaration, and then after that, for you to, let us lay background. I'm going to do this thing very, very quickly, because this Abuja Declaration is something that we have actually we've made teaching on this for a very, very long time. Abuja Declaration is the name frequently given to the communique issued after the Islam in Africa conference held in Abuja, Nigeria between 24th and 28th November 1989. The conference was organized by the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, IOC, OIC. I don't need to go into telling you what is OIC. OIC was when the Organization of Islamic Cooperation that Babangida registered Nigeria, and they are pumping billions and billions into that organization. At the time, called Organization of Islamic Cooperation Conference, and it agreed to set up Islamic Africa Organization, IAO. Okay? And they have what we call the declaration. The declaration was the effect that Muslims should unite throughout Africa. The curricula at various educational establishments should conform to Muslim ideas. The education of women should be attended to. The teaching of Arabic should be encouraged. And Muslims should support economic relations with Islamic area worldwide. If you listen to some of them, they tell you Islamic Bank, Islamic Bank. The emergence of Islamic Bank and the giving loans to all these governors, all these stupid and the idiotic governors from the southern Nigeria, and they are taking loan from Islamic Bank. They are all, tools being used by this Islamic Bank. Now, it is part of the Abuja Declaration of 1989. I want you to understand that it is already here. We're going to be busting them up. It's noted that Muslims in Africa had been deprived of right to be governed under Sharia law, and they should strengthen their struggle to reinstate it. The Islam in Africa organization was formally established in July 1991, also in Abuja, and it has stated its objectives. Now, you don't want to understand, what you don't want to know is the agenda of this particular Abuja Declaration. The only agenda is to make sure that all strategic positions are over by the Muslims around Africa. Now, having given you this about the Abuja Declaration of 1989, about Abuja Declaration of 1989, having given you this particular background, I want us to go to the ECOWAS. And I'm going to, bring to you also the ECOWAS. What? Let us go to the wiki, even though it is not like very official. But let us go to the Wikipedia and see what we have about ECOWAS. Now, when you look at ECOWAS, this is ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African State. The Economic Community of West African State, also known as whatever they call them in French, is a regional political and economic union of 15 countries located in West Africa. Collectively, these countries comprise an area of this and that. And then, of course, the population is this. Consider one of the pillar region bloc of the continent-wide Africa Economic Community. The stated goal of ECOWAS is to achieve collective self-sufficiency for its member states by creating a single large trade bloc. By building a full economic and trading union, the union was established on 28 May 1975 with the signing of a Treaty of Lagos with the stated mission to promote economic integration across the region. A revised version of the treaty was agreed and signed on 24th July 1993 in Cotonou. The ECOWAS also serve as peacekeeping force in the region, with member states occasionally sending joint military forces to intervene in the bloc member countries at times of political instability and unrest. Now, do you understand the objective of the ECOWAS? Okay? Objective of the ECOWAS is what I've just read out to you. Now, the ECOWAS from the video you're listening to prescribe that the terrorists should be given money. 100 billion. 100 billion. And the terrorists demanded 160 billion. Now, if my voice is not okay, go and change your Chinese phone. Some of you are using Chinese phone. Some of you are the criminals, are part of the criminals. They send you here to come and distract us. Go and change your phone. Let those people buy you a better phone so you can have, at least you can do your job very well. Now, we continue. I know the people that will tell me that the voice is bad and I will listen to them. Not all these Achikote Ekuonu, Uzoma and co. Right. So, as we continue, I want you now to listen to the, to what is going on within the ECOWAS. Okay? Within the ECOWAS state. Now, having understand, if you have come to understand what the agenda of ECOWAS is and all that, and let us go now to the website of the ECOWAS and see what they have for us. The website of ECOWAS the website of the ECOWAS, as you can see, ECOWAS have, the new president is here, and now what are the sectors of ECOWAS? You have the energy, you have the telecommunication, you have the health and social affairs, you have agriculture and environment, you have water, you have trade, ICT, infrastructure, civil society, political affairs. There is nowhere in this sector of the there is nowhere in this sector of the ECOWAS where you have in the sector of this ECOWAS that you have the security, the security sector of the ECOWAS. There is no security, sector of this ECOWAS. Like you see, they say it is about trade and economic development. Now, how come they tell you that, the member state of ECOWAS can bring military when there is crisis and all that? And then how can ECOWAS also prescribe that Nigeria be giving money to terrorists up to the tune of 100 billion? Do you know why? You don't know. Now, let us go to the reason why the ECOWAS will tell Nigeria to give money to terrorists. Okay? We are going to go to the reason why it is like that. Now, I want you to understand that you need to let us go through the countries that made up ECOWAS, so you will understand the 15 countries that made up ECOWAS, and then you take a very deep, understanding of what made us those countries, and who are those controlling the affair of the ECOWAS. Now, going by this name of these countries, you have, country like one moment. You have country like Cape Verde. You have country like Cape Verde. Cape Verde. If you go to a country like Cape Verde, you find out that Cape Verde is doing a very marvelously, in the economy and all that, security-wise. They are doing very well. People go to a holiday in Cape Verde. They have a tourist zone, and that's where Oshimole's wife, come from. Oshimole's wife come from this Cape Verde. Cape Verde is very close to Spain, if I'm not mistaken. So this country, for example, I don't know, this and they speak Portuguese. So this Cape Verde is a very nice place, where Oshimole went and hijacked the wife, and is making wave in the media. So if you go to Cape Verde, you are going to find out that Cape Verde are mostly Christian. They are mostly Christian, and that's why you see they are doing well. They are doing better than most of the countries here. They are doing very, very well. So let us look at what is the religion of this Cape Verde. Their religion, if it is here, it is mostly Christian, Catholic. They are mostly Catholic. So the history is here. Let's see where the Catholic is. I think they mentioned something like Catholic somewhere. We're going to check that, Catholic or Christianity. One moment. But anyway, just that we don't, because we don't have to go into these details and all that. But I think if you have time, you check and you see how many the percentage of Christians in Cape Verde, you are going to understand what I'm saying. But however, when you look, you find out that Christianity, is higher in number in Cape Verde. Okay, so that is -1. Now let us go now to another country that made up this ECOWAS, Ghana. If you go to Ghana, you are going to see Ghana, and then if you go to the religions part of this Ghana, you are going to see that the Christian, are higher in number according to them. And there are so many of the countries that don't have the religions mentioned here, for their takia and the Islamic agenda. So, for example, in Nigeria, if you open Nigeria here, you would not see the percentage of Christian. You will not see the percentage of Muslims. It's just on purpose, to deceive people, because the people are beginning to understand, from our exposition, so they edited it and they remove the religious section of this particular Wikipedia. Now, let us also go to the second country that made up the ECOWAS. Let us go to the second country that made up ECOWAS. You go back here, you go to Gambia. Gambia, 100% over 90% Muslim, as you all can see. That is also, they mentioned it here. Gambia is Muslim. So I just want you to, so that you will know why the ECOWAS have to ask Nigeria government to give billions of naira to the, to continue to do the agenda. Now let us go to Guinea. Guinea, if you look at Guinea here, Guinea is part of it, and if you go to the religious part of it, it is still also going to be the same thing. So when you look at these 15 countries that made up the ECOWAS, you find out, as little as the Fulanese are, they dominate this ECOWAS. Still the same thing with terrorism. They dominate ECOWAS with terrorism, they intimidate the people, and they take over the ECOWAS. So I want you to understand, in Liberia, for example, it is a little bit different because Liberia has more of a Christian probably than the Muslim. Now we go to Nigeria. If you go to Nigeria here, you will see that in Nigeria, for example, you have, they don't have the religious part of this Nigeria. They remove it, as just as a purpose to mislead people and deceive people. That is exactly what happened here. So the Nigeria own is that, we all know the game they are playing, because this is not public. If you come here before, you will notice that they were saying that Muslims are more in number, and when we begin to talk about it, they begin to edit it. So they have removed the issue of the religion, but they know what they are doing. So, and I want you all to understand that everything I'm saying here is something you can go and check yourself. But this is not actually the reason I'm here. The reason I'm here is coming. I want you to just take a look at the countries that make up the ECOWAS. There are 15 in number. 15 countries in number. And then another thing that will also shock you is that Nigeria is where the ECOWAS office is located. The ECOWAS office is located in Abuja, Nigeria. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that the ECOWAS office is located at Abuja, Nigeria, and that's where the office is located? Now, let us go to the next country. The next country is Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is also, part of the ECOWAS, and you can go and check with your phone, what is the percentage of Muslim and Christian. And then we go back to West Africa, France. So this whole thing could be Benin Republic, all of them, they are all here. Now, and I think if you go, these are the few countries anyway. Niger State, if you go to Niger State, you see that Niger State is also Muslim, majority of them Muslim. As you can see, when you look here, you see majority, see religion. You see, for example, country like Niger State has 93% Islam, and that is where the Nigeria Fulani Caliphate are now piling our money. They are piling our money from Biafra land into to develop this Niger State, and Niger State has 99.3% Islam. Are you people following me? You can now understand the reason why Niger Republic, you can understand why Niger Republic is now the most beneficial of the scam of Nigeria. The money is going there. And nobody, not your politician, not your P2B, not your Atiku, not your Tinubu has ever raised a concern about why the money is going to Niger State, why they are pumping billions to Niger State, and not even your school in Nigeria is your universities in Nigeria are on strike because of lack of payment. So if you check, you see that Niger State is 93.3% Muslim. Now, let us go to Burkina Faso. If you go to Burkina Faso is part of this ECOWAS. If you go to Burkina Faso, you go to religion. You see that 60%, over 60% of Burkina Faso are Islam, according to them and this record. So I want you to now understand, the reason why ECOWAS will be supporting, the Nigeria giving money to terrorists, because it is their plan. The original plan is that. When you go to Ghana, you find out that Ghana have 71.3% Christianity. So when you have 71.3% Christianity in Ghana, that is why Ghana is doing well today. That is why Ghana, at least, they are doing better and better and better all the time. That is why Ghana is using dollar. That is why Ghana economy is booming, because 71% of Ghanaians are Christians. And as you have 71%, you see that most of the offices are being occupied by those who want innovation and civilization in Ghana. That is the result. Now, if you go to Ivory Coast, you go to religion, you see that 44% of people from Ivory Coast are Christians, while 37 are Muslims. And if you go there, you find out that in Ivory Coast, even some people are doing better in Ivory Coast, because at least they are still, the Christians are still bigger in number in Ivory Coast. And even though they still control, the Fulani still control some of the, the offices in Ivory Coast. Okay, let us go to Nigeria again to see what we are going to say whether there is anything religious here. If you go to Nigeria, you find out there is no religion here. And it is a takia that they do. If you go, you see there is no religion from this side. There is no religion. The only thing you see is population and the area, independent legislature, government, regional language, national language, ethnic group. They remove it for, just to deceive you. And then if you come to the ethnic group, you see Hausa. You see Hausa have 25%. Here is Hausa, 25%. Here is Yoruba, 21%. Here is Igbo. Igbo have 18% according to them. But I want you to understand one thing. If you go to this particular place, you will see in Igbo's picture, they put family of Igbo. The people who edited this thing could not even use a Biafra flag to, represent every other tribe from Ibibio, Tiv, Ijo, and others. They could not use Biafra flag. But when you go to Oduduwa use their flag. You see? Oduduwa use their flag. So somebody who probably edited this as an Igbo man, or, have to put their own picture. Have to put the picture of who is looking good, who represents Igbo with Ishiago. Instead of them to put Biafra flag, they put picture of family. Do you understand? They put picture of family. While others are putting something that represent them, they put picture of family with Ishiago, always to show that it is me that did it, or I am the person that did it, or the person that did it must represent himself or his family or his friend. It is just a very, very heartbroken thing. Now, if you go to Hausa, you see Hausa have this. Hausa have this. This is the Arewa sign. This is Arewa sign. But when it came to Igbo, they didn't put it. They have to put their picture, because if Nami Duam, it must be me. If it is not me, to hell with you. It is the mentality the Nigeria have forced into the average Biafra. And then you go to Fulani. You see they wear something. They put something that they cover their face. Fulani, they say, is 6%. When did Fulani become 6%? Fulani here, they say they are 6%. Ibibio put people dancing. Go to Tiv. They put their elders. Go to Kanuri, they put flag. So Kanuri even have flag. Kanuri, this is where Boko Haram come from. Kanuri even have a flag. You see? Borno Empire. Kanuri have their own flag. They put flag. And then Ijo have their their status and all that. As you can see. Then others don't have anything. So I just want you people to understand, what we're doing here and what you should know. Now, let us go to Togo. If you go to Togo, you are going to see that Togo have 43%, 43.7% Christianity, 35.6% traditional faith, and only 14% Islam. 14% in Togo is Islam. Do you understand that? And they have Ndi Dibia. The Dibia in Togo is carrying second. They are carrying second in Togo. Dibias, as you can see. Togo wherever I go more. Togo wherever I go more. Look at it. Togo is where Dibia is located in Africa. They have 35.3% of traditional belief. And if you go there, it is better than Nigeria, of course. You don't need anybody to tell you. Now, I want you to let us go back. Let us go back. So you have actually found out that ECOWAS is made up of 15 countries in West Africa. And why are we talking about this ECOWAS? Why we are talking about this ECOWAS is that from the video you listened, they claim that ECOWAS prescribe a medication, and the medication to end the killings by Fulani is to give them money. What I'm here this evening, that it is a plan. The ECOWAS for Nigeria government to give money to Fulani terrorists is a plan of 1989 Abuja Declaration. Now, I want you to understand that the ECOWAS office is in Abuja. That's one we have established. I don't think it is being disputed by anybody. As you can see, headquarters of ECOWAS is Abuja. Headquarters donate the location where most, if not all, of the important functions of an organization are coordinated. In the United States, the corporate headquarters represent the entity at the center of the top of the corporation, taking full responsibility of order. So you have come to understand that the headquarters of ECOWAS is in Abuja. Now, we are going to how the Nigeria government, what the game and the politics they are playing with the ECOWAS. That's where we are going now. Here is where the exposition begins. I want you to understand that these people can never stop until they achieve, but unfortunately for them, we are here to stop them. Let us go and start with this particular news report, where they tell you about the ECOWAS court, right? Do you know about ECOWAS court? I want to show you the game they play. Now, if you look at the picture that is showing here, you'll find out that this is the ECOWAS, this is a Fulani herdsmen, the killers. Okay? These are the Fulani herdsmen, the killers. Now, I want you to look at this report. Herdsmen killing. ECOWAS court delivers judgment on Serap suit. This is a social economic whatever of Africa, whatever. So this Serap filed a suit against the killings of Nigeria indigenous people to the ECOWAS court. And this particular ECOWAS court is going to sit. I want you to understand one thing, that I have searched for the verdict of this court on this particular application. I have not seen it. But anyway, I have something very important to show you. The group wants the court to order the Nigerian government to investigate all cases of unlawful killing attributed to the headers and pay adequate money, compensation of 50 million to each of the dependents. I want to ask you, is it about paying money, compensation? What about the land that they have actually occupied after killing the people? Are they going to give the land back to the owners? The answer is no. The answer is no. Money have destroyed Nigeria. And that is what we are not going to do in Biafra. Everything is money. If you give 50 million to them, what about the land that the people have vacated? What about the land that the people ran away from and ran to IDP? Have you recovered the land back? Have you been able to compel the Nigerian government to provide security to the people that flee their land? The answer is no. Do you understand me? So ECOWAS court will only mandate Nigeria to investigate the killing and mandate Nigeria to compensate the people, but they are not going to mandate Nigeria to hand the land back to them, the land they fled from, where their people have been killed and butchered. Do you understand the point? So if they give you 50 million naira for somebody they have killed and killed your relative and you fled, have you gotten your land back? Where is your ancestral land? What are you going to do with 50 million? You think 50 million is money? No, it's not money. Because in the next 5 years or 10 years, if Nigeria continues to be a country, 50 million will be a chicken change. I am telling you. So you absolutely can do nothing with 50 million. Now, it didn't end here. Let us read. The ECOWAS Court of Justice, Abuja, the court is in Abuja, on Friday, fixed April 22 for judgment in the suit of Social Economic Right and Accountability Project, the SERAP, against the federal government for alleged failure to act to action concerning violence and criminality attributable to the herdsmen in the country. So they filed application to court. They sued the Nigerian government to court to pay compensation, and they did not include recovering the land that the Fulani are now occupying. Okay? It didn't end here. I want to now come again because I searched. They said April, they are going to give that verdict. I didn't see it. I didn't see the verdict till now. But that does not mean that the verdict does not exist. I have a verdict that I'm going to show you. But let me show you one thing first. Let me show you one thing. This is another verdict from the ECOWAS court. Another verdict from the ECOWAS court. This same ECOWAS, ECOWAS rule. ECOWAS court rule in favor of Agato over 2016 killings. Now, the rule, let us look at what they rule over Agato people. The Economic Community of West African State ECOWAS Court of Justice has ordered the Nigeria government to investigate. You can imagine. So, the court have to order the Nigeria to investigate the 2016 mass killing and destruction of property in Agato community of Benue State. The federal government was also mandated to identify and prosecute the perpetrator as well as resettle the victims. You see, they say resettle the victims. Resettle the victims. The question now is that, have the victim been resettled? Have the victim of Agato been resettled? You see, this exposition is going to run for days. They say the ECOWAS court mandated Nigeria to resettle them. Resettling means that you take them back to the land of Agato. Have that happened? The answer is no. They say delivering the judgment in a suit brought by the Catholic priest, Reverend Father Solomon Mfa, and 11 others, a 3-member panel of the court found the government in violation of its obligation to protect the human right of the Agato community and prevent its violation. I want you people to understand the suit number, this Mfa Reverend Joseph Doga and co, and the movement against Fulani occupation had sued the President of Nigeria, the Inspector General of Police, the Chief of Army Staff, and the Minister of Internal Affairs, alleging the violation of the fundamental human right. The applicant claimed that within the last 3 years, Fulani herdsmen have carried out over 50 major attacks on Benue communities. The most prominent of them taking place in 15 out of 23 councils. The President, Justice Edward Asante, presided over the proceeding, while the judgment read by Justice Dupe Atoki ordered the government to provide adequate security by deploying more security personnel to the area to protect the community and prevent further occurrence of that mayhem. The question now is, all this ordering from a ceremonial ECOWAS court, has it yielded any result? Have you seen Nigeria ordering the security to protect the people of Benue State? The answer is no. In 2022, it has compelled Governor Autumn to come and, create their own security outfit, because all this pronouncement from the African ECOWAS court or whatever is just rubbish. Okay? Now, this is not the reason I am here. I have come to do one of the biggest exposition today from this same ECOWAS court. Now, I happen to delve into one of the ECOWAS judgment. And you are going to be shocked what I'm going to reveal to you today. So let us go to that journey of revealing what you don't know. Now, bringing to you one of the verdict of the ECOWAS court. And we are going to make it large, of course. ECOWAS court. The Community Court of Justice of the Economic Community of West African State, ECOWAS, in the matter of Lawrence H. Jotan and 13 others versus Federal Government of Nigeria. Applicant number this, 2021. Judgment, Ivory Coast. October 2021. Judgment number this, Lawrence, Richard, Mongawa, Tony, Mabuti, Simon, Edan, applicant, and all that. I want you all to follow me as I take you to this journey. I want you all to follow me. Respondent, composition of the court, Honorable Justice Berry B. Otara, presiding. Don't need to go into that. Assisted by this, I want to read very, very important part of this judgment. Very important. The judgment. This is the judgment of the court. Description of parties. The applicant are community citizens that reside in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The respondent is the Federal Government of Nigeria, a member state of ECOWAS. The application was filed pursuant to Article 33 of the Rules of the Community Court of Justice, Article 4G of the Revised Treaty of the Economic Community of West African State, ECOWAS, and Article 9.4 of the Supplementary Protocol, this and that of the Community Court of Justice, claiming violation of right. The applicant claimed that the respondent has caused or failed to act or reneged on its obligation by allowing or failing to prevent certain violation of right. I want you people to know what you don't know today. Now let us see how the court proceeded. The applicant filed an initiating application on the 14th of March 2019 in the registry of the court. A motion on notice was filed by the respondent on the 24th April 2019, which is by Nigeria State, praying the court for an extension of time within which to file their defense. Nigeria is always looking for time to file for defense. They always look for time. They always ask for additional time. The statement of fact was filed by the respondent, which is Nigeria, on the 24th of April 2019 in the registry of the court. The applicant replied the respondent statement of the fact was filed on the 6th of June 2019 in the registry of the court. The court adjourned for judgment. Always adjourn and adjourn and adjourn. Applicant's case. Summary of fact. I will to follow. The claim before the court was filed by 14 applicants as victims, and on behalf of the people of Dong, Lauru, Shaforon, Kadomati, Nzorwe, Palum, this sounds like Plateau State, Adamawa State, okay, of this local government of Adamawa State, in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and is premised on the alleged attack in the aforementioned geographic area perpetrated by Fulani herdsmen and the Nigeria forces. Are you people hearing it? Fulani herdsmen and the Nigeria forces in conjunction. That is why we are going to give them in Biafra land. Water. The thing they did to these places, disorganize them, destabilize them, put them into IDP is what they want to do in Biafra land. And we are picking up arms to defend ourselves against the Fulanis and against the Nigeria army and against the Nigeria police, against every Nigeria agent. We can never go to court, to ECOWAS court. We can never allow our people to be killed, and then after that we go to ECOWAS court to listen to this nonsense. We are learning from what happened to other people, and we are applying caution. That is why those people fighting and shouting for election, and look at them and I laugh. Biafra people, we have picking up arms and ammunition to make sure our people don't experience what other part of Nigeria have experienced, and at the end of the day, they will go to ECOWAS court to sue Nigeria army and the Fulani herdsmen. At the end of the day, nothing happens. We don't do that nonsense. And we are not even fighting to protect our life alone. We are fighting to exit Nigeria by 2023. And that is completely a different case. So mark it here that this particular suit was against herdsmen and Nigeria forces. Nigeria forces comprises of army, police, navy, air force, and all of them. I am telling you the fact. So we have established the fact that the Nigeria forces and Fulani are collaborating, and it is now a confirmation in African court, in ECOWAS court. The claim contained allegation of brutal killings, serious injury, and destruction of property, all reported happened on the 4th December 2007 by the Fulani army and the Nigeria security agencies and the terrorists in herdsmen. The applicant stated that there are occupational farmers and fishermen working and dwelling on their land in the respondent state who had suffered from violation arising from clashes with Fulani herdsmen who had settled on their land. That these clashes had resulted in the death of some members of the applicant community, injury and destruction of property. 12. The claim of the applicant is that during the course of the inhabiting their community, the number of Fulani herdsmen swelled following clashes from neighboring states in West Africa, which led to a village near Bolon in the Damsa local government of Adamawa State being overrun with Fulani herdsmen. It is the belief of the applicant that the influence was in readiness of an attack. Are you people listening? The applicant further claimed that the Nigeria police force reacted by maintaining 300 mobile policemen in the area, but that this did not stop the Fulani herdsmen from allegedly killing 6 policemen and 1 civilian near Bolon, that after the killing the policemen and the army personnel who had been deployed withdraw from the area. That the army and police withdraw. They withdraw from the area. They ran away because the commanders will tell them, leave the people and let them kill everybody and take over the land. They withdraw them. Are they withdrawing them in Biafra? Not yet. But in Biafra own, you will see when they come, you will never see where they go. However, that the Air Force maintained air surveillance throughout 2nd and 3rd December 2017, and that there were allegedly fully armed and combatant-ready herdsmen in the area, even at that time. Are you people listening? Even at the time they claim they are having surveillance, they were fully armed herdsmen ready to kill. It is submitted by the applicant that the respondent did not take adequate step in dispersing the herdsmen after the killing of the policemen. That this resulted in further attack by herdsmen on the 4th of December 2017 in the village of Dong, Lasuru, and all these names they mentioned here of Adamawa local government in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The applicants submit that the Fulani herdsmen initially struck at this Awaru and the Dong village, killing a lot of people, destroying homes and stealing livestock while setting ablaze vehicles and other machineries. The applicant stated further that they tried to regroup and defend Chevron, Kodamti, and other villages, but that the Nigeria Air Force jet flew over and dropped bomb on the applicant people, killing them and destroying houses. Are you people hearing? Why the Fulani are on ground killing? The Air Force of Nigeria are in up throwing bomb at the people. 2 raids, 1 from the up by the Nigeria state, 2 on the ground by Nigeria, the Fulani sponsored terrorists. Do you understand the reason why the money was being given to them? Do you understand the reason why ECOWAS recommended that they pay them 100 billion? Do you understand that the Nigeria security agents collaborate with criminals, just exactly what they are trying to replicate in Biafra land, and we are going to fight them teeth to teeth. That is why we are going to have no mercy to any security checkpoint in Biafra. Today we have seen that they are, they are kidnapping just 2 kilometers away. 2 kilometers away from the military checkpoint. Do you understand me? It is not disputed. It's on record. Fact. The kidnapping by these terrorists in Biafra land happened 2 kilometers away from every military checkpoint. And that is why we have banned checkpoint. That you still see them today is not that you are going to see them tomorrow. I am telling you the fact. And it is part of the liberation of Biafra. That you still see the military gallivanting in Biafra land today is not because you are going to see them tomorrow. I am telling you, we are taking on them head on until they leave our land, because we are very, very prepared to leave Nigeria. And those people who want to stop us from leaving Nigeria will be dealt with. They were never in Biafra land mounting roadblock to stop the kidnapping of Fulani by the Fulanis. Have their roadblocks stopped the kidnapping? The answer is no. Rather, they aided them. They aid and abet them. They shield and protect the kidnappers. And they protect those who come to our community to kill our women and children. So it is a fight against them. We are not hiding it. I am not hiding my mouth. We are fighting them. And we fight them until we see them no more in Biafra territory. It's a promise. It's a promise. Biafra people will fight this Nigeria security agent until they leave our land. Because the evidences are abound. You can imagine where they are up there with Nigeria aircraft. As the Fulani are killing people in Adamawa state, they are throwing bombs from up. How can you stand that? We can never allow that to happen in Biafra land. I posted something today on Twitter. I posted their helicopter. They know how they collected it. We are going to be giving them water until they leave. The way they are going to run away from Biafra in the coming days will shock you. I am telling you. And anybody, ask them, the people you are bringing to kill our people in Biafra land, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Let them come. We are not scared of them. We are not scared of them. Now, I want you to understand so that where our anger is coming from. Because you don't know. Let's continue. Later, the same day, 14th December 2007, a Nigerian helicopter gunship opened fire on a small group of people, thereby adding to the number of casualties. Do you understand that the helicopter also opened fire from up as the Fulani are killing the open fire? Helicopter belonging to Nigeria forces. The same thing they are trying to do in Biafra land. But Biafra will be their end. I am telling you the fact. Go and mark my word. We are going to end them in Biafra. That is where Nigeria, the end of Nigeria will start and will begin from Biafra, and it will going to end there. The aftermath of the incidents resulted in the unexploded bomb being discovered in Sharavon village in the house of Mr. Joaquin Bedeson, and some 6 more discovered on the outskirts of Shafaron village. That the unexploded bomb were later detonated by the respondent, and the applicant have submitted evidence in support of this. Are you people hearing? Are you people hearing? Let me continue, because this is what you don't know. Have you ever heard about this before? No, you don't have. You have never heard about it. But this is official document of court. This is a court document. ECOWAS court document. Is official. The respondent and the applicant claim that in Dong village, 61 persons were killed from bomb dropped by the Nigeria Armed Forces. 61 persons killed by the bombs dropped by Nigeria Armed Forces, and a further 24 persons were seriously wounded. Whilst 48 houses building belonging to the applicant were destroyed, foodstuff and cattle were destroyed and rustled respectively, and of course the people rustling the cattle are who? They are the Fulani herdsmen. As the military are throwing bombs, they are rustling the cows of the people. Further 10,324 persons were displaced. Do you understand? Over 10,000 people were displaced. Now, have they returned to their ancestral land? The answer is no. I am telling you the fact. 18. It is further submitted within the claim that in Lawuru village, 22 persons were killed and 5 sustained serious injuries, whilst 357 buildings were destroyed along with animals and foodstuff. This is not being done by the Fulani terrorists alone. Collaborating with the Nigeria state, the Nigeria army that's supposed to be protecting the people are the one helping the Fulani to destroy their properties and their land. That is what we have seen, and we can never allow it to happen in Biafra land. Tell your Igwe in Biafra land. Tell your chiefs. Tell all these political scavengers. Tell all these morons who think that fighting for Biafra is a mistake. That are they aware that in the same Nigeria where they are eating Isiewu and Nkwobi, that people have lost their life, that 10,000 people have been displaced in a community, that people have been killed, butchered from air, land, and sea. Are they aware of that? That the Nigeria state have actually killed. And of course, you don't know, because Nigeria is big, right? Okay, don't worry. If not because of the Eastern Security Network and what the Biafra people are doing, you will be witnessing, will you be experiencing the same thing today in Biafra land. But you don't know. You don't know the work of the Eastern Security Network. And you are just privileged to have people who are very sensible rising up to take up this particular task by themselves, protecting you while you are gallivanting. You are gallivanting. Ojos Okalo is making mount. You can imagine what Ojos Okalo is boasting to come to do in Abia State is what I am reading to you now. Ojos Okalo is boasting of bringing the military to do what the military have done in Adamawa State, uninvited. But, you know, we will capture him alive. Ojos Okalo will be captured, whether in Biafra land or in Abuja or any place he is. Let the military come and do this thing I'm reading now. They have done in Adamawa State. We will capture him and use him to set example. I am telling you the fact. We don't have time to go to court because we may not survive it. If you all sit and fold your hand to wait for these people to come and kill our women and children and for you to go to court later on, who is going to go to court for you? Who? Which court? Is it the ECOWAS court? Okay, after this verdict has been passed, what is the effect? I am just reading this thing for you to know content, factual evidences that we cannot allow Nigeria army to occupy our land. They are the terrorists. And it is not only this document that says it. Even their retired generals from the Middle Belt are shouting, they are confessing that the military collude with the criminals and the terrorists to kill our people for Islamization. We can never allow that to happen. And that is why we are going to do everything to leave Nigeria next year. We will break up. Once we break away from Nigeria, we will be ready to face them, both from the air, from the land, and from the sea. I am telling you the fact, this is not a joke. If you think that this is a joke, you wait. You wait until 2023. Let us see how election is going to hold the Biafra land. The Biafra people are ready and we are waiting. And I am speaking on behalf of Biafra people. As the spokesman of the Biafra people, I am telling you that we are ready to fight. We are ready to fight. And we will continue to source for funds for those of you who think that what we are doing is a joke. By the time they wipe away your village, you will probably wake up by then. But one thing is that we can never, no matter the division, no matter the misunderstanding, no matter the divergent views on issues, we can never allow these people to run over our land. We can never repeat Adamawa. We can never repeat Benue. The Benue state can never repeat in Biafra land. Jos Plateau state can never repeat in Biafra land. Northeast can never repeat in Biafra land. Northwest can never repeat in Biafra land. North Central can never repeat in Biafra land. We can never allow that to happen. I am telling you the fact. And in a few days' time, the event of things will convince you. The event of things will. Now, let us go. I want to show you, I have not even started though. I am going to read to you the response of the Nigeria terrorist state. And you are going to be marveled. In fact, after today, if you remain the same, it means you are not a human being. Because I am going to read the response coming from the Nigeria state. I want you to listen. 19, that the Shafaron village, 6 persons lost their lives, whilst 8 people were seriously injured, that 896 buildings were destroyed along with animals and foodstuff. That in Kodomti village, 6 persons were killed and 5 seriously injured, with 575 buildings along with livestock and foodstuff destroyed. All this happened in Nigeria. Are you aware of it? That in Pulum village, 2 people were killed and 3 seriously injured, with 510 buildings destroyed and livestock, foodstuff rusted. The people destroying this are the Nigeria Air Force and the Fulani terrorists. Combined operation. That in Baya village, an unspecified number of buildings, animal and grain were destroyed, rusted, and looted. As the Nigeria Air Force are killing, the Fulani are on the ground rooting with their leg. That in Nzoruwa village, 3 people lost their lives and 7 were injured, whilst 1,122 buildings were destroyed along with animal foodstuffs. I want you to keep taking the note of what I'm saying. The applicant submitted, the victim had to be given mass graves in a number of places, which has prompted a claim of compensation from the respondent for violation of their right to life and property. I want you to listen. That their claim is supported by the International Human Rights Monitor, Amnesty International, that produced a report of incident, and the applicant relies on them, on the same. The applicant submit that the respondent has not taken any step since the incident to repair the damage, but denies the truth of the attack. Are you listening? They deny the attack. Please, in law, the applicant submit the following plea in law in support of their claim. Article 33 of the Rule of Community Court of Justice, Article 4G of the Revised Treaty of the Economic Community of West Africa State, Article 1, 2, 4, and 14 of the African Charter on Human Rights, and People's Rights, Article 2161 and 91 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and Article 94 supplement Protocol Ds, amending to the Protocol Ds on the Community Court of Justice. I want you people to pay attention because you are about to get the shockest part of it. Applicants are therefore praying the court of the following relief: a declaration that the respondent is obliged to protect and secure the right. Okay, now this is what they are demanding. Let us go to the respondent. We don't need to listen to what they want the court to do. Let us go to what the federal government of Nigeria responded. Let us go to what the federal government of Nigeria responded. Okay? Now, from here is respondent case. Summary of fact. I want you to pay attention. You are going to know who are your killers. Listen. The respondent, which is the Nigeria government, denies claim of the applicant and makes some submission in rebuttal. Listen to how the Nigeria government deny and rebut these particular claims. The respondent claim, which is the Nigeria government, claims that both the applicant, which is the people of Adamawa State, the victims that the Nigeria Army and Police have killed, which they are the applicant, and the Fulani herdsmen had cohabited in the community for a number of years. Are you hearing the Nigeria government? The Nigeria government is responding to all this story I have read to you. And they are telling the African court, the ECOWAS court, that Fulanis, the terrorists and these people have lived and cohabited for years. And in that time, there had emerged a history of vendetta between the two groups. Are you listening to the Nigeria government? The Nigeria government is now defending the Fulanis. The Nigeria government is now defending the terrorists. Are you listening? The resulting crisis between the two groups started before the 4th December 2017 with the massacre of 56 Fulani settlers, including women and children. Are you hearing the Nigeria government? That they claim that Adamawa people massacred 56 Fulani settlers, including women and children, in the community, which was allegedly done in retaliation by the local military for the alleged killing of farmers. Are you people listening? That this incident was widely reported by media outlets and agents of the respondent. Are you people listening? They say that this particular incident was widely reported by the media. I do not know why you are calling me. Don't you know that I'm live? Who is this? Somebody will just pick phone and start calling. Now, that this incident was widely reported by media outlet and the agent of the respondent. Are you hearing? That the Nigeria media reported it. So it is now, the Nigeria media is now the evidence. The Nigeria media reported it, and this respondent, which is the Nigeria government, also claimed that the agent also reported it. The agent were deployed. The agent now is the Nigeria Army and Nigeria Police. So that the Nigeria agents were deployed in response to keeping the peace and preventing a face-off. Are you listening to the defense of the Nigeria police, the Nigeria government, on the terrorists that have been killing the citizen and taking their land? This is a defense. So I want you to listen to how Nigeria government is defending Fulani, defending the terrorists, because Ojus Okalu don't know this one. Have you seen Ojus Okalu reading court judgment? He doesn't read court judgment. I don't even know whether he went to school because all of them are claiming to be educated here and there, educated this, educated that. The respondent claimed that on the 1st December, Nigerian government claimed that on the 1st December 2017, 4 of its agent policemen were killed in a gruesome manner in a community by armed invaders who were being repelled by the police. You see, they did not mention that the people that killed these policemen were Fulanis. The community reported that Fulani killed 6 policemen, while the federal government is defending them at the ECOWAS court. They say armed invaders. Is it the case between armed invaders and the Nigeria government and the community, or is it between Fulani? Why they come here, they started by telling you that it is the case between Fulani herdsmen and the community, and they have been living in peace and all that. And then when they begin to talk about who killed police, they say armed invaders. So the Fulani has suddenly disappeared from the federal government. They have become armed vendors. They have become invaders. Are you people seeing what I'm just highlighting it so you follow up what I'm saying? Instead of Nigerian government to address it the way it is, that the Fulani killed the Nigeria police, they change it to become the armed invaders. Armed invaders who were being repelled by the police. So who are the armed invaders? When the armed invaders has been identified, federal government defending the Fulani at the ECOWAS court at the expense of every indigenous person in Nigeria, they change them to become armed invaders. I want you to just know the complicity of the Nigeria government. And that is why we are learning lessons from what has happened in other sections, in other regions of Nigeria. We are going to fight these criminals and these terrorists in our land with everything in us. And that is why you must make sure you fund the ESN. Without ESN, all of you, because they hated you more than these people. So when they come to you, they will going to use every bomb available to them. If they can do this to people in Adamawa State, who are you in Biafra land? Who are you in the South? That its agent found it difficult. Listen to the Nigeria government defense. Nigeria government told ECOWAS court that the Nigeria security agents find it very difficult to repel these armed attackers immediately as they had difficulty in navigating the terrain. A whole Nigeria security agent trained in Nigeria soil to combat terrorism, to combat crimes, to combat criminals, are now finding it difficult to combat these particular killers because of the terrain. Let me read it the way they wrote it. They say that its agent found it difficult to repel armed attackers immediately as they had difficulty in navigating the terrain, and that due to the security situation in the country, they found it difficult to mobilize adequate men. Are you hearing it? Nigerian government is telling ECOWAS court, defending the killers, that because of the security challenges in Nigeria, they don't have adequate men. They don't have adequate men to fight Fulani. Hey! You see why what we know you don't know. Do you see it? Do you see it? They say because of the security challenge in Nigeria, they don't have adequate men to send to the Adamawa people to protect them. But it's a lie. Because when the adequate men came from up, they were throwing bombs on the communities and they were dying. Just the thing they did to Biafra land. But when they came, they received it water. They receive it water. And now we are going to even give them more water. I am telling you, the way they say we are not going to be sleeping is the same way they are not going to be sleeping. I am telling you, Biafra land will be hot. Will be hot for this terrorist uniform. Starting from now, I am telling you, Biafra land will be very hot for every uniformed person that have become a terrorist, just the way they are doing in other parts of Nigeria. They come to Biafra land to do it. It is going to be very hot for them. It is not matchmaking. I am telling you, it is not. It is going to be very hot because we can never allow this to repeat in Biafra land. Never, until Biafra is declared by 2023. I want you to pay attention to how Nigeria government is defending the terrorists at the ECOWAS court. Okay? Now, that in a bid to restore stability in the area, Nigeria police has to solicit help from the Nigeria army, as the former was overwhelmed. As the former was overwhelmed by attackers. Are you people listening? It is no longer the Fulani name have been changed to attackers, invaders, and attackers. The federal government no longer want to mention Fulani, but this case was brought before the court on the account that identifiable terrorists called Fulani collaborated with Nigeria forces to kill. Nigeria government is responding that yes, the Fulani are operating until there is a problem. But when it comes to the killing, they have changed it to attackers and the vendors. Instead of following the same story of Fulani, I want you people to pay attention. They say that they were overwhelmed by attackers, by the Fulanis that they are sponsoring, who seem to have appeared from the forest surrounding the applicant's community. Are you people hearing? Nigeria government is telling you that it's like the Fulani just appear from the forest surrounding the community. If not for Eastern Security Network, they are going to surround your community in Biafra land. So what are you doing about it? What are you doing about funding the Eastern Security Network? Do you think we have time to come and start to shout every day? Oh, come and fund ESN. Come on. Your people will pay the price. Your people, you have not lost anybody now. When they come to your community and do it, you are going to wake up. Now, that whilst it is true that the Nigeria Army fighter jet, are you people hearing? Nigeria government have admitted that whilst it is true that Nigeria Army fighter jet shot at the villagers. Are you people hearing? It is true. Nigeria Army admitted. This is a factual document. This is a document of the court. This is a complete original document of the court showing how the Nigeria government has sponsored terrorism, even defending them legally. And here they admitted the Nigeria Army fighter jet shot at the villagers, that shooting had been done based on intelligence that the villagers had fled the community and that the villagers were occupied by the attackers. Are you people hearing? Nigeria Army claim that they receive intelligence, that the intelligence say, okay, now in this community, all the villagers has fled, though, the only people remaining there now are the terrorists, that the terrorists have occupied the community. And for that reason, they begin to rain bullets on them. How can you, are you a fool to believe this? Can you imagine? And you don't know who Nigeria is. Nigeria claimed that the Fulani, the intelligence they got was that the villagers has fled. As a country, they don't care to know where did these villagers fled to, which camp were there, which community is harboring the villagers, where is the whereabouts of these villagers. They care not to know because it is not their duty. Their duty is to help the terrorists to chase away the villagers. So what they did was, as immediately they came, they opened fire from air and begin to kill. They begin to kill the villagers for Fulani to give upper hand. They begin to kill the villagers. Now their excuse is that they believe that the Fulani, it was the people in that place. I want you to understand that, if you know what we know, believe me, you will bring $10,000 every month to win this war and get our freedom next year. I am telling you, we are still looking for people that will fund this war because we are going to fight it. If you think we cannot fight it, you are lying. So I want you to listen to this, that the Nigeria government telling you they killed the people, they killed the indigenous people because they thought that it was the Fulanis or the invaders or the attackers, as they call them. Now they changed their name to attackers. Let me read it again for the second time. They say, that while it is true that the Nigerian Army fighter jet shot at the villagers, the shooting had been done based on intelligence that the villagers had fled the community and that the village were occupied by the attackers. They could not say that the village were occupied by the Fulani killers and Fulani terrorists because they are protecting the image and the name of Fulani. They are protecting the name of Fulani. Okay? Just like when they go to attack now, they will not talk in the southeast. They will not say attack by attackers. They will say IPOB. Even when they have not investigated to know who carried the attack, they will not even without just that they hear somebody shoot gun, they will say IPOB. IPOB attack there. IPOB attack here. Now, there is evidence of Fulani, which they admitted from the beginning of their response, that yes, the Fulani and these people have been living together, and from there, they change it. When they killed the policemen, they change it to inventors. When they killed this, they change it. When the attackers come, it become inventors, it become attackers. It is no longer Fulani. But when any attack happen in Biafra land, it is always IPOB. Even when the attack is coming from DSS, it's IPOB without investigation. I want you people to see the impunity of the government that are sponsoring terrorism. And all this thing is just, I don't need to tell you why. I don't need to tell you that the government is sponsoring and funding Islamization of Nigeria. It is here. And that is why they are doing everything to fight us. And we are giving them the biggest resistance of their life that they can never ever imagine. And like you know, it is no longer going to be defense. We are going to go on offensive. Offensive is what we are going to now. We are not going to be defending anything. I am telling you, we can't defend for over until Biafra come. No. We are not going to fight defensive game. But let me just stop here. Now let's continue. I want you to understand that the exposition I'm doing today is the reason why we are going to fight with everything in us to make sure that Biafra is restored by 2023 so we can live in peace and have the right to live. Now, the respondent, which is Nigeria government, denies any intentional killing of members of the applicant. Are you hearing? They deny intentional killing of the community. They did not deny killing the community, but they say they didn't kill them intentionally, as claimed, and that they are resulted in the relatively low death toll. Are you hearing that? If because of the way they come to kill the community, they recorded a low death toll. That if they had not come to kill the community, the Fulani terrorists would have killed more. Are you people following? They are saying that the community in Nigeria should be happy that the Nigerian Air Force came to kill, very small number of people. That had it been they did not come to kill, the death toll from the terrorists would have been higher. That is what they are telling you. Look at it now. I did not write this. This is a document of the court. Do you understand that? So you cannot listen to what I'm doing today and you remain the same. Are you listening to that? The response from the Nigeria state is that their intervention and the killing of these people helped them. If not, the terrorists would have killed more people. They said it here. I didn't say it. Now, let us continue. 35. The respondent, which is the Nigeria state, denied the allegation that it withdrew prior to the attack, but averse that it could not launch an attack without cause, as the rule of engagement did not permit launching an attack without a cause. Are you people hearing? They said that the allegation of them withdrawing troops and allowing the Fulani to come to kill them is a lie, because there is no need to protect and launch attack when the Fulani have not attacked. But then ask yourself, okay, now that the Fulani have attacked, what changed? Because they are telling you that, we cannot launch attack because Fulani did not attack, as if the Fulani did not attack at the end of the day. So the time that they finally attacked, how did you handle it? That is, you understand? They said that they could not launch attack against the killers, against the Fulani, because as at that time, the Fulani have not attacked them. So now that the Fulani finally attacked them, how did you handle it? You came and you continue, join the Fulanis to kill the people. Now, that it did use force necessary to repel the attackers, but not to sanction killing of innocent villagers. Are you hearing? They are saying they use force to scare the attackers, but not to sanction the killing of the villagers. And pay attention that Fulani is no longer being used here. It is now the attackers. It is now the attackers, not the Fulani, and it have changed from the beginning. That notwithstanding the allegation made by the applicant, it has been investigating and arresting suspect in relation to the incident. Are you hearing? That they have been investigating and arresting the suspect. Oh my God, oh my God. Further that, it is doing all it can to rehabilitate and resettle the members of the applicant's community. Are you hearing? The government who claimed to control the territory is telling the ECOWAS court in Abuja, that their office is in Abuja, that they are trying to resettle the community in their own territory. Trying, not that they have resettled them all. In their own community. The government sponsoring the Fulani to take over Nigeria is trying to resettle them. I didn't say it. They wrote it themselves to the court. Let us continue. It also Nigeria government also submit that the applicant failed to support their claim with evidence. Are you hearing? And after they have actually admitted all these things, they came to say they have not submitted their claim with evidence. They have admitted everything these people said. Every allegation, including shooting from up. But they have come finally to say they have not submitted any evidence. Any evidence of their own, even when they have actually admitted even committing those crimes and being an accomplice in this attack against the people. They come to say it also submit that the applicant failed to support their claims with evidence, and they reply on the following cases as the precedent for dismissing the claim profiled against it. This is what you want, that we sit back and watch. After they kill our women and children, we will go to ECOWAS court to be listening to this rubbish. No. I think after this fighting in 2023, we will sit back and count our gain. We're not going to, our gain, and those who are going to lose something from the other side are going to count their losses. So I don't need to go into, the applicant replying, and then of course, after replying, and then the jurisdiction of the court, the legal mandate of the supplementary protocols, and all that. And let us go to see whether what the judgment of the court, the admissibility, applicant have filed his claim, victim and representative of victim who died or having lived through this endured violation perpetrated by the respondent, you see, through its act or its omission. So you see, the verdict of the court, the case merit issues, applicant case, we're going straight to see respondent case, and we'll continue to go. Analysis of the court, logos of the applicant, on the applicant suing for themselves. And you can imagine. So if these people did not come together to sue the government, which didn't even, how are you going to bring the people that have killed back to life? Have you recovered your land? All these things are not, it's just rubbish. So I want you people, let us go and see whether we're going to see the court operative clause. As to admissibility, declare the application admissible, okay? Cost, orders the parties to bear their own cost. Hello, Melo. I don't need to go into this again. So I have been able to prove to you today that Nigeria government, because these are the things you don't know. These are the things you do not know. You do not know that the Nigeria government are spending their money defending Fulani and the court, the African and ECOWAS court. You see how they defended them? Do you see how they defended them? Ask yourself a question. How many of you are defending the Eastern Security Network? How many of your leaders, how many of your political juggernaut and political stooge, Fulani stooge, defending the Eastern Security Network, who have actually provided security and made it possible for our land not to have different IDP, and make it possible for our women and children not to be living as internally displaced people today, even though they are trying to create it at all costs? How many of you? Do you see the reason why we are not going to give anybody any chance? Do you see the reason why we are going to be giving them water? Do you see the reason why we have waged war against these terrorists in our land? Both the ones in the uniform and the ones without uniform. It is a war we have declared, because they have declared a war, and we're going to defend ourselves and fight them back. It's not just about defense. We defend and we fight back. So, and from now, they are going to be receiving this thing, water from us. So, I do not know whether some of you will have, whether some of you will have a question to ask, as I will open the line for conversation. And in the next, I need to take calls. The telephone line, and you are going to call and ask your question from this exposition. But let me play this again for you to understand where we are coming.
The headsman crisis has risen since 2015. The federal government, led by the Minister of Interior Abdulrahman Dambazo, met with the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in Kebbi State, offering them the sum of 100 billion naira over 2 years to stop the kidnapping in the country. The meeting lasted over 4 hours on Friday as negotiations dragged on, with the association initially asking for 160 billion naira. The minister said that the strategy was part of the steps needed to tackle insecurity in the country as prescribed by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The headsman crisis has risen since 2015 after Muhammadu Buhari became president. Their rampage has spread not only in the north but also throughout the southern zones of the country. The killings by the headsmen has led them to be tagged the fourth most dangerous and deadly terrorist group in the world by the World Terror Index. The acting Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, who was also at the meeting in Kebbi State, added that over 1,000 people have been killed and many more kidnapped in Kaduna. However, he said that this intervention was necessary to bring the criminals to book. The Kebbi State Governor Atiku Bagudu said hosting the meeting in his state shows the seriousness of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration in tackling the security challenges in the country. Responding, the president of the association, Alhaji Muhammad Kirua, said the meeting would serve as a foundation for peace between the Fulani headsmen and farmers and among Fulanis themselves. Roots TV, Nigeria.
All right, here we go. Here we go. I just need few calls. I don't want this broadcast to be more than maybe 2 hours, 15 minutes. So in the next 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to take calls, please.
Hello, Maz. This is greetings, sir.
Yes, welcome to the program. Please go ahead with your comment.
Yes, Maz, thank you very much for all you are doing. You see, I want to sound this to, we don't need to be politically correct in anything anymore. Because we cannot be in the land that our ancestors live for hundreds millions of years before anyone come to that location and allow immigrants to occupy our land. Any Biafra paying tithes for pastors, but those 40 years and you will suffer. Thank you,
Thank you very much. All right, the call is on. And if you want to make a contribution or you want to talk, make a comment, you can put a call through and we're going to listen to you. We just have 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes of this program and we're going to end it. Welcome to the program. Good evening. Ndewo. Welcome program.
My dear brother, I want to thank you for your effort.
You're welcome.
I want to thank you for your effort, what you are doing.
Thank you.
You are acting on behalf of the Biafrans. You are speaking bold like a lion. You are speaking bold like a lion. And nobody can challenge you.
Thank you very much. This is a fight to finish, and we don't have much time left. So next year is coming, and it is going to be the deal.
Continue doing the good work you are doing, and anyone that say you are doing wrong, we face the person. Biafrans are behind you. Go ahead and do the work.
Thank you very much.
And infidels will come and take our land. It's not possible. Go ahead. God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we continue. 15 minutes of calling, and then we call it a day. So the line is open and the line is on. All right. We continue. Welcome to the program.
Hello, Mazi.
Hello, welcome to the program. Bless you too.
It's Peter Baji. I'm calling from the UK.
You're welcome to the program.
Bless you, sir. Just a quick one. I noticed when I speak to my family back in Cross River State, which is Ogoja, Yala, they specifically have said that Umahi, no, not Umahi, what's his name? The governor of so-called Cross River State.
Okay, what is the name?
What's his name again? I forgot it. Anyway, not necessary.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that they have lied to my people. In fact, we are Biafrans. They have lied to us, to them there, my family, when I speak to them, they have lied to them saying that, what's his name? Ojuso Kalu is a personal friend to our Mazi.
Are you serious?
He has told them that they should allow election in Biafra land, that he is his personal friend, that he has given him permission to do whatever he wants to do. I said, this is a lie, and this lie has to stop.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, the lie have to stop, and the VOB is getting to that area very soon. Ben Ayade is the governor. So
that's right, Ben Ayade.
Yes, the voice of Biafra is getting to that place very soon, and all the lies will be treated, and very soon I think the activities will be visible in that place. So we are getting there.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much for the great work you're doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then those of you in Ebonyi State, in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, the VOB is permanently live in Ebonyi State, because we have some issues that that we're fixing on that wave. So the Ebonyi State VOB is from today permanently live. So if you are in Ebonyi State or have people in Ebonyi State, in Abakaliki and environs, tell them to hook up to the 97.5 FM VOB, 97.5 FM. Thank you. All right, welcome to the program. Good evening from here. Hello, Ndewo.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. My name is I'm calling from California. I'm being your guest from 2019. You are doing a great job. But I want to ask this question. This question is that you know that P2P is coming to California, and our people are buying tickets to go see P2P. One thing that they cannot support ESN, but they will buy tickets, buy VIP tickets to go to P2P to support P2P. It's a shame.
They buy ticket. They will buy ticket. They will buy. Do you have to buy ticket to go to see him?
Yes, they're using the ticket for supporting P2P. When someone will buy a ticket of $150 for VIP, $200, do something for supporting P2P.
My sister, don't worry. They will all be put to shame. They will all be put to shame, and they will all be put to shame. Let them continue. The way God is going to disgrace them, they will never ever expect it in their life. So let them continue, and the disgrace is coming.
The people that I'm telling about ESN and the freedom, that they have money to go by this war annoying me. They don't want their freedom. They want to go support P2P with $150.
Those are the criminals looking for appointment and looking for contract. You know, they think that when they give $100 to go there and register somebody, where Nigeria will continue to be a country, and they will begin to expect somebody to give them contract. These are a bunch of criminals. Let them continue, but we are going to disappoint them, and God will disappoint them even before November this year. Thank you very much. Remember that we have ESN fundraising coming this Saturday, so we want to see a very massive and very big mega fundraising for ESN. So we'll continue to do this job.
I will.
Thank you.
I will. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help.
Thank you
for everything that you do for Biafra.
You're welcome to the program. Why is this one calling and cutting the phone? He say, if call, let me pick your call and know. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, Simon.
Good evening from here.
Yeah, happy to hear from you this evening.
Oh, we lost him. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
This is Humble. I'm calling from Turkey. I'm very happy to speak with you, my great leader.
You're welcome. I see this name. I say I go pick this one. Whether the person won't come punch me, so we can do the punch. So we can do the punching very well. That's why they cut everybody. So I must pick this one where the name be like this, so that they know whether I won't punch me.
No, sir.
All right.
I love you so much. You are doing a great work.
Thank you.
I'm waiting for you to start coming home, so that we'll go and fight our right.
No, when the time comes, I will let you people know.
Okay, sir. I'm ready. I'm over ready. We are here in Turkey, even creating awareness from here.
Great.
Both those soldiers have hide his face. We have made those soldiers to hide his face. Yes, sir.
It don't hide. I mean, we tell them that it is only truth that will stand the test of time.
Yes, he really hide his face.
They come do the Igbo again.
Yeah, we are warning him because he don't have paper. He don't have resident permit here. We are warning him. If you continue insulting my great leader again, we are going to send you the way we send you there. That's why you see, yes, we want him face to face. Then if you try to insult him again, that's why you see him hiding. So I continue with your good job. I'm very happy to talk with you this night. I will sleep and like a baby this night.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. All right, we are still on, and 5 minutes more to go. Welcome to the program.
Aha. Yeah.
Go straight to the point. You're welcome.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy for what you are doing for us. I'm very, very happy.
Thank you. Remember that Saturday is for fundraising.
Yes, I know. You said you talked about questions.
Yes.
I know. You talked about a question.
Go ahead. Can you listen to your phone straight and ask? Do you have a question?
Yeah, I said I want to know. You talked about question, and that's why I want to ask you.
Oh my goodness! Ask your question now.
You know. My question is this. Can you hear me, please?
I can hear you.
My question is this. Like this place now, like in Nigeria that we are.
Somebody want to ask question. You'll still be designing the question. Ask your question and let other people come. You'll be preparing. You use all the whole time in the world to prepare. To prepare the ground before you ask the question. And before you ask the question, you end up not asking the question again. So if you want to ask question, don't come to tell me I want to ask question, because that is why you are here. Just tell me my question is this and ask your question. You cannot continue to say I want to ask question. My question is this. I want to ask question. We want to ask question. Ask your question. You're welcome to the program.
Simon, Okay. Somebody just called a few minutes ago telling you about Obi coming to California. That is 150. I saw the flyer that he's coming to Atlanta from 250 to 5,000.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, I have the flyer in my phone. I'm like, these people know that Obi is not running any election.
I think the
That's
people
why he don't want to spend any money.
Yes. I think the people are the one using it to make money. Obi have a $50 million show account.
But he's not running any election. That's why he don't want to spend a penny. I don't know how I can convince these people.
No, you don't need to convince them. I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Eventually, the people that we know will eventually find out that Obi is not running for any election. He's just there to distract the Biafran struggle.
Exactly. That is the job.
And as soon as our people will know that, the better for us.
Yes, and that's why we are not going to give him any breathing space.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Because we are going to be telling the people who sent him that we know exactly what they did, and that's why we're not going to give him any breathing space until the election will not take place in Biafra land, and then we'll start it from there. Thank you very much for calling.
Okay, thank you. No election in Biafra land.
No election. And tomorrow and Saturday is fundraising for ESN, mega fundraising, and we want everybody, including those who have never participated. We want everybody to bring 1-2 person. Those who participated last time, we want you, as you are coming, make sure you convince 1 person or 2 person to come to support ESN. It's very important now. The money is needed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. All right. On this note, we are going to end the broadcast here. I wanted to end in 2 hours 15 minutes, and this is exactly 2 hours 15 minutes. So from me, I say good evening. May God bless Mazina Mikano. May God bless Sunday Iboho. May God bless our Eastern Security Network. May God bless all of you, Biafra. May God bless Oduduwa. May God bless the Middle Belt. May God bless Ambazonia. May God bless our Umada. May God bless Umada's husband. May God bless our media team. May God bless you, viewers and all of you sharing all this program, making sure that this program get to every corner of the world and to every Biafra land. Remember that those of you in Ebonyi State, your VOB, Voice of Biafra 97.5 FM is on, and you're going to be listening to our messages every day, because when after launching it, we have some issues, that extension issues, and now it has been fixed, and now it is going very far. So those of you in Rivers State, also wait, very soon your radio, your VOB will be ready, and you will be listening to the Voice of Biafra in Rivers State, Akwa Ibom State, Anambra State, and so on and so forth. So the information will be going very deep before we enter the next level of this agitation. So thank you very much. And from here, from me, of course, it is good evening.
You must listen to her. Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him. and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.